What's up, everybody? I'm on location at a studio doing a video shoot, and I wanted to just take a quick sec to shoot a tutorial for you guys on how we're running our audio. I see people starting on YouTube and vlogging all the time, and they might have really good video, but a lot of times I see them struggling on the audio side of things. So audio is what we do here at Warp Academy, and I've come up with some decent best practices for how to get really clean audio. In this particular shoot, we're using two cameras. We've got a B camera, and we're using the camera's internal mic to be able to capture audio to be able to sync them together. Then we're running a main A camera, and up top we've got a shotgun mic, which is just above me. And that one's capturing our main audio, which sounds much more clean. The reason why we're using a shotgun mic mounted above me is because we can get it a lot closer to me. Even in a studio like this, where it's fairly well acoustically treated and it's a pretty dead and controlled room, when you have some distance between you and the mic, it creates a situation where you have to bump up the gain and you end up getting a lot of noise, which sounds horrible. Yes, you can remove the noise using plugins in post-production, but it's better to get your source signal as clean as possible. Now, the shotgun mic is mounted on a stand using a boom pole overhead, and then we have an XLR cable running directly into an interface that's attached to the Sony camera. That's a great way to set it so you don't have to sync the audio in post to the video. Now I want to talk about the positioning of the mic. That's really critical. A lot of people, when they're on camera, use lavalier microphones that might be underneath their shirt or clipped to a lapel or a collar. I actually really don't like this, and I try and avoid them at all costs. The reason is you want to try and keep a natural speaking distance between you and the microphone. So a lavalier mic ends up sounding like someone's close talking with you. You can also rustle it with hair, jewelry, or clothing. And if you change your angle of your head at all, like if you're pointing down or up, you really hear that in the timbre of the audio. Some people say that the ears should be on the same level as the tweeter, and that's actually dead wrong. Where the ears should be is on the same level as what's called the acoustic axis of the speaker. And that's the midway point between the center of the woofer and the center of the tweeter. So a shotgun mic is mounted ideally 1.5 to maybe 3 feet away from you. This is maybe 2 feet away from me. And shotgun mics, aside from just the distance that you keep, they're also hyper-directional. You can think of them as the sniper rifle of the audio world. They are very directional, so they end up capturing what's right in front of them with a very narrow field, and they end up rejecting what's referred to as off-axis noise. So if you're in a room where we have video lights that have fans spinning, we have computers that also sometimes spool fans, we have the occasional little bit of background noise, the shotgun mic is very good at rejecting that. Whereas other types of mics, like a lavalier, might typically be a all-encompassing mic that captures audio all around it. So the type of mic is also extremely important. Now, if you're in a shoot where you need to be moving around, you either need to have a boom pole operator that's doing that, but not practical for most people. A lot of people in that case will go to a lav mic, and that's really the only situation where I'll ever use one, is if I have to be up and moving around. The last thing I'll talk about is processing the audio, and that's a whole different field. But in general, the less processing you need to use in post, the better. So try and get it as good as you possibly can at the source, which means using headphones to monitor your audio to make sure you're capturing it really well at your shoot. I really recommend using a pair of closed back headphones that will prevent bleed from your environment from leaking into the headphones and preventing you from hearing things like hum or noise into the shot. I carry around a pair of Odyssey LCD XC headphones with me. They're super low impedance. I can drive them from the camera. I pop those on, and that allows me to monitor my audio to ensure that I'm getting the absolute cleanest source possible. So I hope that was useful and gave you guys a few quick tips to improve the quality of your audio at your shoots. Catch you in the next video.